Hey, it's Tom Gallagher, another episode of The Story Behind the Car with Brian, a 1960 Cadillac Sedan DeVille. And Brian, this is one hell of a car, and you got a setup back here too. You're vacationing.
Thanks. Yeah, it's something you can take the whole family in. It's a big car, large sedan. The four doors are not worth as much as the two doors. This car's all in original condition. It would actually cost more to restore this car than it's practically worth. I mean, you know what I'm saying, for the practicality of it. But it's a fun car. I've had it for 35 years.
Holy cow.
So it's in a garage. You know, we enjoy it. My wife and I were at the parade last night. I just always enjoy this show. It's a big draw, lots and lots of people.
And I'm going to walk around and show your car. And what drew you to it originally?
You know, I used to show my wife, before we were even married, I'd show her pictures in magazines of these 59, 60 Cadillacs. And I was like, oh, someday I'm going to get one of those. And actually, she is the one that found it. That's why before I got married. No, but we were married already. But my wife found this car. She called me at work and said, hey, some lady drove this car to work and they're trying to sell it. And she said they don't have any takers. And I was like, well, why not? And then I was like, well, what do you want? That's great. But she said, well, maybe we should get it. Well, we were, young, newlyweds. We didn't have any money. The bank, I said, okay, it was like $3,500 back in the day, $3,500. And the bank was like, you want to buy what? But they did, they did loan me the money, and since then we've just, I did have the engine rebuilt. But the rest of it, the finish and everything like that, the car's unrestored, original condition.
It is gorgeous.
And again, thanks. Yeah, it's a good original. And actually,
was the trunk in this condition?
It was. Yeah.
Wow.
And they're only original once.
Yeah.
Again, so a lot of people tell me, even if you did restore this, it's better just to leave it alone because they're only original once.
Yeah.
Has electric windows, air conditioning, electric seats. The power antenna is electric.
Yeah.
The radio knob, the tuning knob, if you push and pull the knob out, that's what makes the antenna go up and down. That's the control switch, is the tuning knob of the car.
Does it have the Wonder Bar radio?
It does not. Oh, no, excuse me. I'm pardon. Yes, it does have the Wonder Bar. I'm sorry. The early radio had the AM radio. And you could press the bar, and it will find the next station that it tunes in at.
And does it have the high beam had that button?
Yes.
Do you have a second button for the Wonder Bar?
I do not.
Okay.
My mother had a Chrysler Imperial that had exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
You could change the radio stations by next to the thing there.
Yeah, I had a 63 Cadillac Chateau DeVille.
Yeah.
And do you mind if I open the back seat?
Oh, no, absolutely. I'll be glad to open it for you. The back seat is the back seat's in better condition than the front seat. But again,
and was this plastic factory, or is that something that put in to protect
this entire car had plastic wrap, because you could order from the dealership the seat covers, and this car had them, but they were all, when I got the car, they were all brown and brittle and crumbling away, so I took them off because they were shredded and just looked terrible. And again, people were saying and people would say, well, you're not protecting the interior of that car anymore. It's like, we're here to enjoy it.
Yeah.
Because again, I do drive this car often. My wife loves this car. I love the car, and that's what people, always like to see it. I go to the grocery store, I leave the windows down, because I figure people say, well, I just want, people want to look at it. So I just always take it places and always tell people, enjoy.
Yeah. What a car.
And again, the doors close like a Swiss watch.
Isn't
all
that
of
amazing?
them. It is amazing.
Yeah.
It is amazing. I mean, everything.
Can I open the front door?
Absolutely, sir. I'll be glad to get it for you.
Yeah.
See, the front seat's got a little wear. Floor pad's a little wear.
Yeah.
It's an honest.
It's aging like all of us.
It's an honest survivor. That's what it should be. I did put a modern FM CD player in the glove box.
Okay.
And again, there's little. I put speakers by the toe kicks there. You would never know the AM radio is still intact. Everything still works.
And did you say it had cruise control as well?
This one does not.
Yeah.
But some cars, yes, you could get these with cruise control.
Yeah.
Certain options, it counts on what dealership. You could actually buy a 45 record player that sat on the transmission hump. Yeah.
I've seen them before. It's amazing.
Yeah. And then of course they had the 57, 58 Fleetwood Brougham, which had the suicide door. So Cadillac made a car that had actually the rear doors open backwards like the old Lincolns.
Yeah.
And they did it in 57 and 58. And they have a brushed stainless roof.
Okay.
They're very rare cars.
Yeah.
But one thing that's interesting is in the glove box of the 57, 59 Fleetwood Brougham, they called it the Traveler's Companion, and it was actually a little bar kit with like a little shaker and 4 little shot glasses. Kind of frowned upon these days, but they did do that. And people are looking for those things like the cars. If you have like the roadside companion, as they call it, like the bar kit, which is not a good idea.
Well, it was back then.
It was back, yeah, exactly.
And could you raise the hood?
Absolutely, be glad to.
I shot a 58 Cadillac this morning over at our hotel.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, you come to the show and there's not a lot of Cadillacs, and this year there is. I love it. There's one, actually a gorgeous one down there, but that's a That's like a 30-something.
Yeah, I
down
walked
there.
past that, saw that. He's playing some old music.
Yeah, so this is a 390.
Okay.
It's been rebuilt. Again, this car had about 94,000 miles on it. They get tired.
Yeah.
I didn't fill my jar, but that's the windshield washer fluid.
Okay.
And actually, people think, is that it's a peanut butter jar. It's like, no, that's what it came with. It's a glass jar.
Yeah.
It does have air conditioning. There's my compressor.
Yeah.
Even some of the newer, even guys that are mechanics, like the younger guys. What is that? Well, that's the power steering pump. It's
Yes.
just a big giant one.
Yeah. It's fascinating. I've seen those before. Wow. It's amazing how much is under the hood, and this is all before all the computers and
That's exactly it.
the emissions bullshit.
Yeah, another gentleman came here a couple years ago, and he had a 59 four-door sedan like mine, only he did have his concourse restored. I was surprised that it actually had roll-up windows, which I thought Cadillacs all had electric windows, and he said no, his was roll-up and didn't have stuff, it didn't have air conditioning. And it's not that he stripped it out, it was all concourse right back to the way it was.
Very nice car.
Thank you.
I do want to shoot to the side, and then I want you to return to the position you were in when I walked up.
And finishing my fabulous Bloody
I want to
Mary.
shoot you while you're vacationing.
You got it. That's the whole idea. We wanted to make it look like we were just a big vacation for the family because the bikes do fit in the trunk. I brought the old Schwinn's just for kicks.
Yeah.
They're fun. That's a late 50s Schwinn. The other one's something from the 70s, but also they're all original old bikes. They're just for kicks.
Yeah. Wow. And this is your setup, and you're on vacation today?
That's exactly it. Well, the folding chairs are just for me to sit on, but yeah, the other ones, they're not even vintage, but they look vintage.
Yeah.
This style of folding chair has not changed in 50 years.
No.
The same thing. You can still buy things for them.
And you got your nice drink, your cocktail.
Absolutely.
Bloody Mary.
I do this every year. Shout out to JP Kelly's right around the corner. Nice Bloody Mary. When I walk around with this, everybody says, "Where'd you get that?" Well, so they should pay me.
Yeah.
My next one should be free.
Well, Brian, thank you so much for telling us the story behind the car and showing us your car.
Enjoyed it. And everybody enjoyed the show.
Yeah.
That's what it's all about.
Thank you again.
All right. Thank you.